So today's video is a little different because today's video is based around a more serious subject. In case you guys didn't know, there's a new dinosaur game out on Steam right now called The Beasts of 9500. It's an IO type game that's centered around dinosaurs surviving and exploring in a prehistoric open world environment. I know this sounds familiar since there's a lot of different dinosaur games already based around this same concept. Now just looking at the game itself, nothing seems too wrong about it, but according to what some people are saying on the internet, there's more going on behind the scenes that may involve malicious intent. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. Now this may not seem too new to most of you since a lot of this talk happened a few weeks back when the game was first released, and that's because I wanted to hold off on this video until I found out some more things about this little situation. And what I did end up finding does seem pretty strange, and I can understand why some people would be skeptical of this game and the developers. Now before I get into this, I want to make it clear that this video is simply for the sake of reporting news and information and educating my audience. I am not at all trying to slander or hurt anybody's name or product. I wanted to put that out there because it's easy for things to be misconstrued and misinterpreted here on the internet, and I don't want anyone thinking my intentions are solely based on me trying to ward people off of this game. That's not my goal here. My goal is to look at what's been revealed so far, provide you guys with what I found, and let you decide for yourself if you want to trust this game and its creators. With that said, let's get started. The creators of The Beasts of 9500 is a small development team known as Dragons, and right away you can tell that they are not only a newer dev team, but also an independent one, as when I was trying to do some research for this video, I had a tough time trying to find any information about this team. Because their name is simply Dragons, every time I tried to look that up, it just referred to actual dragons, even if I put additional words in the search bar like game developers. And every time I would add The Beasts of 9500 with the dev team's name Dragons, it kept referring me back to the game's Steam page, which doesn't really say much about the dev team. Any other sites that I've found either don't say anything about the dev team at all, or just repeats basic information I already know. But on the Steam community, they seem to be posting about upcoming updates to their game, and even shout out their Discord. Aside from that, I was also able to find a video on YouTube uploaded by someone under the name of Paleo Wizzard. This video is titled The Beasts of 9500 First Look, where it looks like he or she is playing the game for the first time, as there's really not much to the video except actual gameplay. But it's what's in the description that matters, because this person went out of their way to put in some information in terms of the dev team. Now keep in mind, I don't know everything 100% when it comes to this topic. As I've said before, my research was pretty limited, so just take this info with a grain of salt. According to the description of this video, the dev team behind this game only consists of 4 people who are located both in China and in the States. Apparently they're a huge fan of dinosaurs, which is why they set out to make a game based around them. And as far as the dev team goes, that's about it. The rest of the points are all about the game, which we will get to eventually. Now at first glance, this seems like a group of people creating a passion project. Sounds innocent enough, that is until you see what others have to say about them. Dondi, who if you don't know is the creator of the most well-known dinosaur survival game, The Isle, recently tweeted about the game when asked what he thought about it. He said this: "An unoriginal ripoff that used our sounds in their promotional material and changed it once they were caught. Oh well, second time is the charm for them, I guess. Disgusting." And he included a picture of the Beasts of 9500 Discord where one of the developers of this game by the name of Ryan Stunkel said this: "Just listen to Isle/Bermuda. I think these sounds have some good things and some bad things, but I'll see if I can pull out the good parts and apply it." This looks very bad, and based on Dondi's reaction to this, it seems like the audio for the IO was taken without permission. Now there are indications that these guys are new to the world of creating video games and even creating content in general. And yeah, while the game looks good enough for it to seem like these guys are credible, it doesn't take a whole lot of ignorance and lack of research to keep people from knowing how it could be a problem to incorporate someone else's work into your own, especially if that work is already a carbon copy of the original. But it's possible these guys didn't know what they were doing, and while I do admit I'm not completely intertwined within this community and can't say for certain that this is something that happens often, this is something I have seen in other areas of the internet. For example, YouTube. There are several amateur YouTubers who quote-unquote steal other people's work and upload them as a part of their videos or on their own. But it's not because they're purposely trying to pass it off as their own content, but rather because they don't fully understand the gravity of the situation and how it could be seen as a bad thing. This is normally seen with people who first start off, and I know this because I have done it once or twice myself. Not necessarily with videos, but with other forms of content within my videos. I didn't realize what I was doing, and when it was pointed out to me, I went out of my way to make it right. Does this justify the actions though? Well, it depends. The way the Dragons have been going about it, according to some people on the internet, it only makes them look worse. According to a Redditor whose name has been deleted, they claim that the developers are silencing anyone that is bringing up the fact that they have stolen assets. This could be their way of protecting their product, but it still looks skeptical. But I couldn't really find any evidence of this, so I can't say for sure this is really happening. And if it was, it wouldn't really be a surprise, as many creators have done this in the past to avoid criticism and any potential harm to their product. Like I said before, this could simply be a rookie move on the Dragon's part, but with the lack of evidence from both ends, it's hard to say. There's also talk about how the dev team also took the models from the now abandoned game Mesozoica and applied them to their game. While this may not sound like a big deal at first, since the Mesozoica game has been abandoned for a while, it would seem like there would be no problem at all, right? Wrong. People are mainly critical towards the fact that the team have stolen from the person behind the models, Robert Fabiani. For those of you who don't know, this person had nothing to do with the fallout of Mesozoica or any of the drama that would follow. He was simply paid to create the models for the dev team behind Mesozoica to use in their game. Now those models are being taken and used in the Beast of 9500, and people seem to be more critical towards that. But if we go back to the description of Paleo Wizzard's video, we can see that one of the points covers the fact that the models from the abandoned Mesozoica game have been purchased legally, making it okay for dragons to put in their game. Now I can't confirm this, mainly because this seems like this would be more of a behind the scenes kind of thing, but the fact that this isn't pointed out in any of Robert's social media or has a big of an impact as the stolen Isle audio, this may indicate that the models were purchased and used legally. Now it's likely people are skeptical towards this team because this kind of behavior has been seen in the past within the gaming community, specifically the dinosaur gaming community. In situations like these that took place in the past, some of them resulted in the dev team scamming those who supported their game and donated towards it, with the thought that they were helping improve it only to have their money stolen. The fans of these games were filled with the false promises from the developers and were ultimately lied to, which would understandably lead people to feeling skeptical towards any newcomers that offer something similar to them. This also happened with the Stomping Land, and that in itself had a pretty big drama and fallout that I'll probably have to cover in a separate video one day. It's a classic case of one person ruining it for everyone else. What seems to start off as a passion project spirals into a tornado of lies, manipulation, and skepticism, and it doesn't help that it all happens on Steam. Apparently Steam doesn't seem to have any actual quality control because they are literally willing to buy any game from any person if it means it will get them money. That's one of the factors as to why these games are primarily seen on PC and not really any other platform. It's just easier for small content creators to push out their creations to the general public. And as far as the game itself goes, there's not a whole lot unique about it. At this point, this idea is just getting pretty old, so maybe it's just harder for me to see anything different than the concept itself. I mean, they do a couple of things different, like the whole evolutionary upgrade system, which I have to admit is pretty neat. And maybe their roster of dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures, but other than that, it seems like a generic dinosaur survival game. But that's just from an outside perspective. I'm yet to play the actual game, and I may do so in the future to see if it's worth our time or not. But that's a video for another day. Other than that, the graphics and animation seem decent enough, and I would even go as far as saying they're pretty great for an indie game. Going back to the description from Paleo Wizzard's video, it looks like this game will have both a multiplayer and a single player mode, with multiplayer being able to hold about 150 people as of right now, but it looks like the dev team is working to increase that to 200 players. And again, they are updating us on information and revealing future updates to their game on the Steam community, showing that they're trying to improve the game for their players. They seem to be adding new creatures along with adding a new map and modifying certain features within the game. And that's all I have to say about this game for now. You can find it on Steam for $10 if you wish to play it, but in case you were skeptical or weren't sure about this game before, I hope that maybe whatever I provided you with today was enough to help you come up with a conclusion about this game and the team behind it. Because at this point the question is, should we trust this game? Personally, I'm going to wait to see what comes of this for a while longer, but overall, I feel like this is just a new team making rookie mistakes that they don't fully understand. But again, this is just how I personally feel, and I could be 100% wrong about this. Maybe there is more going on than what the information shows. Maybe there is some malicious intentions behind these so-called mistakes. I don't fully know, but if you guys know any more information revolving around this topic, don't hesitate to comment it down below. But anyways guys, that's pretty much all I have to say for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and before I go, I just wanted to shout out my Discord that I have with my friends. In this Discord, we just talk about anything dinosaur related, so if you guys are interested in that and you want to just hop on and talk to us about any dinosaur games or dinosaur movies or dinosaur information, yeah, we talk a lot about dinosaur stuff on this Discord, but you know, we like other stuff too, and if you just want to come in and just talk to us, you know, strike up a little little conversation, get to know us, then we'd love to have you. I'll leave the link to that Discord in the description down below. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say for now. Thank you so much for watching, and please, have a nice day.